Labor and Industrial Law by MG Law. Now we will cover who is a workman, who is an employer, and what is appropriate government. So, page number 20. Workman. Uh, so, the definition of workman is given in section 2S of Industrial Disputes Act. Okay. So, who is a workman according to this section? Any person employed in any industry. Okay, any person employed in any industry, including apprentice are also included. Okay, to do any work, manual, unskilled, skilled, technical, operational, clerical, or supervisory. If he is doing any type of these work, okay, for hire or reward, maybe he is hired by the employer or he is doing the work for reward. The terms of employment are express or implied. Express means direct, they are expressed directly. Implied means indirect way. Okay, they are understood. And for the purpose of proceeding in relation to industrial dispute, okay, when there is an industrial dispute and there is a proceeding regarding it, okay, so for that purpose the workman will be the person who is dismissed, discharged, or retrenched in consequence of the industrial dispute. He will be a workman, or in connection with the industrial dispute, whether in consequence or in connection with the industrial dispute he has been dismissed, discharged, or retrenched. Okay, or his dismissal, discharge, or retrenchment has led to the industrial dispute. In all these categories he will be a workman. Okay, what type of persons are not included as a workman? The person under Army Act, Air Force Act, or Navy Act. The personals of Army, Air Force, Navy, they are not included in the definition of workman. The personnel of police or prison, they are also not included. The person who are in managerial capacity or administrative capacity, okay, it means they are in the managerial positions or in the administration, they are also not workmen. Or if the person is in supervisory capacity having the wage of 1600 per mensum per month, okay, or he exercises managerial functions, then he will also be not a workman. So let's see, let's have a quick summary. Section 2S gives the definition of workman: any person employed in any industry, including the apprentice, to do any work like manual and skilled, technical, operational, clerical, supervisory. He is doing any type of these work. He is doing it for hire or for reward. The terms of his employment are either express or implied. Okay, and for the purpose of proceeding in relation to industrial dispute, the person, if the person is dismissed, discharged, or restrained in consequence or in connection with the industrial dispute, or his dismissal, discharge, or retrenchment has led to the industrial dispute, so these type of person will also be called a workman. What type of person are not included in the definition of workman? They are the personals of Army, Air Force, Navy, police, prison, or the person is in the managerial capacity or in administrative capacity or in supervisory capacity where his wage is or his salary is 1600 per mensum. Okay, or he exercises managerial functions. So this was workman. Now let's see who is an employer according to Industrial Dispute Act. So the section 2G of Industrial Dispute Act, okay, Industrial Disputes Act says the authority prescribed is the employer, in which case where the industry carried on by or under authority of government or state department, okay, where an industry is being carried on by the government or state department, okay, carried on by or under government or state department. In that case the authority prescribed as an employer will be the employer. If no authority is prescribed, okay, in that case the head of the department will be the employer, where no authority prescribed. In that case, head of the department will be the employer. And in case the industry is carried on by or on behalf of local authority, not state department or government, okay, then in that case chief executive officer, CEO of that authority will be the employer. So in case of government of or state department, the authority prescribed or HOD. In case the industry is being carried on by local authority, in that case the CEO will be the employer. Now let's see what is an appropriate government. According to section 2A of Industrial Disputes Act, in relation to some industrial disputes, the appropriate government is central government. In relation to some industrial disputes, the appropriate government is state government to deal with such disputes. Okay, for some industrial disputes, okay, the appropriate government will be central government. For others, the appropriate government will be state government. So let's see which type of industries or the industrial disputes related to those industries. For them, who will be the appropriate government? The central government will be the appropriate government when the industry carried on by or under authority of central government. When an industry is being carried on by the authority of central government or under the authority of central government, so the dispute related to that industry, in this those disputes, the appropriate government will be central government. Okay, or the industry is being carried on by a railway company, or the industry has been declared as an controlled industry by the government. Okay, so the controlled industry is specified in this behalf by central government. Okay, and what other industries for which the appropriate government is central government? The Dock Labor Board, LIC, ONGC, Oil and Natural Gas Commission, AAI, Airport Authority of India, regional rural banks, RRBs, banking sector, insurance, airport, transport, mines, oil field, major ports, National Housing Board, NHB, Cantonment Board, etc. For all these industries, if there is a dispute, the appropriate government will be the central government. When the state government will be the appropriate government, in all other cases, okay, it will be the appropriate government. So this was appropriate government. We have done workman, employer, and appropriate government. Next will be public utility services. If you want the PDF for your revision, I will put the link in description box or comment box. You can get it from there. In next video we will do public utility services.